Oh, yeah. All right, we are live. Let me get this this video to connect so I can grab the link and give it to our free community. Let's see if we're going to be par for the course where they go ahead and give me. Of course not. That would just be too easy, YouTube. YouTube has been my friend all week long, and today you want to make me refresh 17 times just to get the link to the video. Basically what we want to do is get the link so that our community can join us in the comments, since for those that are not in studio. So speaking of community, if you are a solo or entrepreneur who is struggling to get to your first 6 figures in business, we have a community for you, and it happens to be free. Now, the value that you get in there is far and beyond the free that you do not have to pay, right? However, join us. It's shaycannon.info/group. We give a lot of value. In fact, this week, I think it's tomorrow night, we have movie club, which, by the way, y'all, the movie that was picked is Air. So y'all go ahead and watch it. Y'all know I'm not gonna watch it until tomorrow, but y'all go ahead and watch it. It's Air, and we're gonna discuss all of the business nuggets. And Dr. LaFera and I have started something new with last month's movie club, where we pull out and make a list of business secrets. Is what we do now. So we don't just give our notes, we actually start to compile a list of secrets, business secrets to start to do. So that's going to be great. I think we pulled out like 27 from the last movie. So yes, join us, shaycannon.info/group. All right, guys, let's get started. Good morning. Welcome to Unlock Your First 6 Figures Morning Show. I am your host, Shay Cannon. It all starts with the blog. This week's blog is at shaycannon.com/one, ONE, because all week long, we've been talking about stand out by creating your own category of one marketing status. I know you're like, category of one, what does that mean? Well, guess what? It's not that hard. And you have seen it before in marketing. First, I'm going to tell you what it is, and then I'm going to give you some examples. You're going to be like, oh, I know what that is. Okay. So first, it's all about making your business, yourself, your brand in a league of its own, right? Making you completely unmatched to the competition, making you best in class. Okay. Now, where have you seen it before? All the advertising, when you see somebody say, hey, we're America's best, we're the world's #1, that type of thing. Yes, I know that. That's called category of one, and that's a strategy. Okay. And so this week, we're talking about the different collections of strategies you can use to create category of one status for you and your brand. The first collection was innovative offerings, and we had some strategies under that collection that you could use. But go to part 1, where we talk about that and give you all that good information. I even, in part 1's replay, give you some questions to ask yourself to help you to start to create your category of one and start thinking in category of one when it comes to your brand. So go to part 1's replay. Part 2, the collection was customer-centric excellence, okay? That was the collection. We gave you strategies. We gave you examples, okay? So go to part 2's replay. Today, we are on part 3. And this collection of strategies is called strategic differentiation. Hey, I didn't Alabama that one. Strategic differentiation, all right? And this is business in this category. They thrive on redefining business spaces, okay? Redefining business spaces. So whatever industry you're in, whatever niche you're in, whatever area that you're in, how can you redefine it? That is the purpose of this collection, okay? So now let's get into some of the actual strategies for this section. Okay, YouTube, stop doing that. All right, so the first strategy is called unique business model, okay? Unique business model. There are some businesses that are commonplace now, but when they first came out, it was a new way of doing something, right? I need you to understand that business is based on not just the mousetrap, but building a better mousetrap. That's what business is about, right? Something that's out there and somebody finds a way to do it better. That is a unique business model. Examples: Uber, when they came out with ride sharing, right? We didn't have to worry about getting in a taxi and watching this meter to see how much it was going to cost us. We knew how much it was going to be before the ride even started. Okay. And we could decide, do we want to take it or not take it? right? Uber, they had a unique business model. Warby Parker, we've talked about them, I think it was yesterday, but they were like one of the first online eyeglass stores, like prescription eyeglass, right? So, and they even allowed you to get in the mail some sample frames to try out before you did your prescription with them. Because I'm going to tell you, for a long time, I bet most people did not understand that when you went to the eye doctor, that you didn't have to get your glasses from them. All you needed from them was your prescription. And then you could get your glasses from anywhere, right? But as that became more popular to get your subscription from your eye doctor, but get your glasses somewhere else, enter Warby Parker, who said, save your gas money, hold my beer. You can do this online, right? So unique business model. Airbnb coming out, talking about you can sleep on my couch for $30, whatever, right? They already had hostels out there, right? Hostels were the, kind of like the dormitory type accommodations for travelers and for hikers and backpackers and all that thing. Well, we went one further to create those types of things within people's homes, Airbnb, right? So unique business model. Let's go to the next strategy. Exclusive partnerships, okay? Exclusive partnerships. Who can you partner with for the niche of people that you serve that would be awesome for them? Okay, so you're serving them in one way. Who can you partner with to bring them something awesome in connection with how you serve them? Start thinking like that. So examples, Apple and Nike, when they came out with the Apple Watch Nike Plus. Okay, so yeah, Nike has a following, but if you go ahead and give me an Apple Watch that's Nike Plus, what I know is, as an athlete, this watch should be a little more durable, right? I can count on it. It's probably going to give me some, I'm going to say some data in this watch that I need as an athlete, right? So what strategic partnership? You got Starbucks and Spotify. We sitting in Starbucks anyway, right? Some of us are talking, but get rid of the elevator music though. Right? That's not fitting the atmosphere. So they got with Spotify, got their own little playlists and stuff going. Boom, there you go. Partnership. What about Marvel and Netflix? There are so many Marvel series now available on Netflix. That's a partnership. So be thinking about what strategic partnerships, what exclusive partnerships you can do to bring more to your people. Advanced analytics, okay? Let me tell you how Facebook, Zuck the fucker. We know that they take all of our analytics and they don't necessarily do good things with them, right? We know that they out here selling our stuff to the politicians. They selling our stuff. We just found out about a lawsuit where they done sold your messenger messages to Netflix so that Netflix can come up with new series and movie ideas from our conversations. I don't know if you knew about that, but there was a lawsuit, right? So if you are watching Netflix and you're like, wait, that seems like my life. That's almost like the conversation I had, might have been, okay? But advanced analytics, basically what we can do is use the analytics that we got, that we talked about last week, right? We talked about dashboards and data and analytics. Use our client analytics to bring them something of value based on that data, okay? Examples. How Netflix gives you viewing recommendations, how Amazon gives you purchase suggestions, okay? How Spotify recommends playlists to you, how Google gives you personalized search results. All of those are based on data, okay? Heather said, wait, what? Not surprised, but damn. Yeah, Heather, check it out. They got sued about that, Netflix. They be taking all our stuff, and guess what? Them taking our stuff don't mean nothing. We still check that box, don't read nothing, because we want the convenience of a thing, but just know they're using it. So we as business owners need to be getting data and using it too. It's just, hey, use your powers for good. That's all. That's all. All right. Niche market focus. Niche market focus. This is catering specifically to your niche audience. This is doubling down. Okay, this is definitely coming away from how y'all like to try to serve everybody, or you think you leaving money on the table. When if you niche down to a particular subset and then you just serve them exclusively, how you gonna really make your money that way, right? So this is doubling down on that. Who do you serve? And we're not talking about the everybody. We're not talking about the people that come to you when you're marketing. We're talking about the exact ideal client you're trying to market to. How do we do things even more for them and only them? Yes, other people will come. Yes, other people will see the value and want it, but we're serving them. We talk to them. How can you do that? Let me give you some examples. We already know Harley Davidson, their niche is bike enthusiasts. They're not trying to talk to you if you're getting your first bike. They don't care nothing about you. Okay. They're not trying to talk to you if you're just a weekend warrior. In fact, they kind of look down on that. You need to be like a real motorcyclist, damn near a Hell's Angel for Harley Davidson. That's who they cater to. Okay. Lululemon, they don't care if you can go to Walmart and get yoga pants for $2. They got $100 yoga pants, and they talking to the person that will buy $100 yoga pants. Okay. And let me tell you something about them pants. I've seen some men in some Lululemon pants, and let me tell you how I think they should keep buying them Lululemon pants for me. I'm just going to listen. It's something about them $100 yoga pants. I don't want none, but hey, they look good. They look good. Okay. What about Airstream? That's that little RV, that silver RV. That's it's like a cylinder and it hooks to the back of a truck or a car, right? They don't try to bring it in colors, right? It's silver. It come in different sizes, but it's silver. Because who they are niche to and who they are worried about and focused on are RV enthusiasts. Okay. And RV enthusiasts don't care nothing about the color on the outside. They care about the functionality on what's on the inside and how does the inside of the RV make travel and stay away from home better. Okay. Let's see. Peloton, we already know it's for home workouts. They're not trying to tell you how to do nothing in no gym. They only talking about people that's doing it at home on their specific equipment. They don't care what other equipment you got. They don't even want you to be able to access their people. Okay. You need to have our bike and you need to have our trainers and, group leaders. All right. You need to be in our community and y'all need to talk to each other. Stop talking to them people outside of the Peloton. They don't know what they're talking about. Okay. So how can you be niche market focused? All right. Exclusive distribution is our next category or our next strategy. And that is controlling the distribution of channels for exclusivity. Now, you can do this two ways. All right. You can create a channel of exclusive distribution, right? For example, if you are in some of my programs, only you in that program get certain things. Right? But that's just one way to do it where you're doing an exclusive distribution. How about go back to that partnership? You can partner with somebody and bring an exclusive distribution to your people. Okay? So think about it that way. It's two different ways that you can do exclusive distribution. Now, let me give you some examples. Apple has direct to customer. Okay? Direct to customer. You're already an Apple customer. There are certain things that only you will get or only you will get first. We can do that. Okay. Tesla. What we know is Tesla sells their cars to people that are already on their waiting list. All right. So you can put your deposit down and then there comes a time when they tell you, hey, your car is ready. Go to the dealership, right? And pay the rest of the money and order your car. The manufacturing has started. It's ready for you. Exclusive distribution. Rolex, ever had an authorized dealer? Y'all have heard that, right? There are plenty of independent stores that sell stuff, but they have to be an authorized dealer. T-Mobile has authorized dealers. Rolex has authorized dealers. Guess what else? People have exclusive licensing. You can't just be out here selling this D9 paraphernalia and you're not licensed. They catch you, you know what I'm saying? They can sue you. You're not licensed. You're not authorized. So again, there's two different ways to do that. You can create an exclusive distribution for a subset of people, or you can bring in exclusive distribution to your subset of people. All right. So let's go back to that list without the examples. So this is the collection of, boy, am I swinging through here too quick? Yeah. Strategic differentiation is our collection. The strategies, unique business model, exclusive partnerships, advanced analytics, niche market focus, and exclusive distribution. Now, all of that came from the blog. Now, y'all see why it took me a while to do blog talk this morning. It was a lot, right? It's a mouthful. But for y'all, there's more. Morning show does what? Get more. All right. So let's talk about some more. We got social entrepreneurship. Okay. Social entrepreneurship. And that is people who really bring in the social aspect of, I'm going to say, well, we know what social is, right? Like social media is supposed to be you interacting with people using media. So the social entrepreneurship is how can you interact around a purchase? Okay. How can you create a purchase that people can interact around? All right. So there are different programs, and some of them can be, I'm going to say, charitable. Okay. But it's still interaction. Examples: Warby Parker has a buy a pair, give a pair program, right? We know Tom's has a you buy this and we're going to give one. Okay. Patagonia has a worn wear program. So Patagonia, we talked about their outerwear being for like cold climates and stuff. Well, their stuff lasts so long, they have a program that you can turn in your old stuff to be given to somebody else because it lasts that long. You might be ready for a new color. You might be ready for a new style. You can turn in your old style and they were then distributed to somebody in need. Okay. You have people, any kind of recycling, right? Any kind of recycling. But I would love to hear some of your ideas on how you can make what you do, the purchase around what you give, more sociable. I'll come back to that later. Okay. Fair trade and ethical sourcing, right? So we already know Starbucks does a fair trade certified coffee. You know, they bring in coffee from different countries, but they want to let you know that they're not over there, mistreating the indigenous people to get access to these coffees. Okay. You have some of these y'all might not know about. I know about them though. There's Divine Chocolate. That is a brand where they co-own the farms that they use to get chocolate from. Okay. So they go in and they co-own it. It's almost like McDonald's owning the land that all of the restaurants sit on. These Tony's Chocolate, they own a part of the farms that they get the chocolate from. Okay. So fair trade and ethical sourcing is just making sure that you're not out here buying from sweatshops and benefiting from it. Okay. Stuff like that. Okay. You're not out here. And let me tell you, there's a difference between getting a VA from the Philippines where $7 an hour is still a good wage for them, and trying to pay somebody $7 an hour in a place where it's not a good wage for them. Okay. There is a difference. Now, what I would say is that fair trade and ethical sourcing is you taking a viable interest in how you get your supply chain, where it comes from, and all those people treated well. That's all that is. Okay. Local community engagement. I'm going to tell you some of the examples in the blog are kind of global examples that may not hit home for you. But what I want to tell you is there are businesses that are in my hometown of Birmingham, Alabama, that go and feed the hungry every Sunday. Okay. They go under the viaduct in my hometown, set up tables and serve the homeless in the downtown population every Sunday. Right. So would you rather go to somebody that's a restaurant that might have good food, or do you want to go to the restaurant that has good food and serves the community? So you can easily be a category of one simply by sharing that when they support you, they're helping you not only support yourself and your team, but they're helping you to support those that you support. So you can create a category of one around that. Okay. Cultural heritage and preservation. There is a nonprofit I used to work for, and I love them so much because they use the African proverb of it takes a village to service children to help them to get to college. So who is using cultural heritage or some type of historical preservation, okay, to serve as a part of their business model? Because that's definitely a category of one. Urban intellectuals and all of their Black history products, that's heritage. That's the preservation of culture, right? I mean, directly. They're actually trying to preserve it by getting you to buy to learn more about it. How can you bring that in to create a category of one for you? Last but not least, Dr. LaFaro will love this, advocacy and activism, right? Dr. LaFaro's business model is turning more towards advocacy in the healthcare space. That is a category of one. She's different than any other health coach just through the advocacy alone, all right? Another category of one is the fact that she's going through her own health challenges and she's sharing that journey with you, telling you what she does, right? So advocacy and activism. So we got Ben and Jerry's activism for climate change. We got how, give you a great one, how Nike came out in support of Colin Kaepernick, right? So social justices could be, or injustices could be activism, right? So think along the lines of who are you supporting in an advocacy and activism way, okay? For me, I've been thinking about how I want to come out more for Black women in particular, right? Because I know that that's tied to my direct purpose. But I don't want it to just be my marketing that I help Black women. I want it to be that I give back and advocate for them some kind of way in some other arena. And what I talked to Dr. Tachi a little bit about this yesterday is mindset, right? That mindset. I understand that through the strength that y'all perceive in me and all of these things, that it empowers you. I want to do mindset where you can do self-empowerment. You don't need nobody else, really. You just need to be reminded. Everything you need, you got already. You just need to be reminded, empowered. That's what it's supposed to be, right? The fact that you already have it and you get a reminder that you have it. All right. So let's go back through those without the examples. You got social entrepreneurship, you got fair trade and ethical sourcing, you got local community engagement, you got cultural heritage and preservation, and last but not least, you have advocacy and activism. So ladies in studio, I would love to know what is one of these that you want to use that you're not currently using to create a category of one. And I'm going to start with Dr. LaFaro. Dr. LaFaro, we know you have the advocacy going on. Is there another one from what we're talking about today that you want to bring in to help create your category of one? And let's see if Dr. LaFaro can make it to the mic.
Let's see if she can, Shay.
Yes, welcome. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. I like what you said about the let's see. Which one was the It Takes a Village?
That's,
What was
I
that?
think that's the community one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, community engagement. So for me, what I'm getting more into, what I'm seeing, I'm taking it slow, but like what I'm seeing as I create content and like post it consistently is like yeah, I do. And I already know I talk to women, particularly Black women a lot, but our children don't have like, good good things to think about, like healthy stuff. So like I like the It Takes a Village part. So I could eventually start reaching out to like schools and stuff and helping them with, thinking about doing healthy stuff and doesn't have to, mean that you feel some kind of way. So I like that. And I was also looking at the advanced analytics because I may be able to do something with the advanced analytics. I'm not sure what yet, but I like how you said like the unique playlists and stuff like that. And but Marvel and Netflix and Spotify, like so I'm looking at something like that and how it would work for me.
I love that. Let me ask you something, Dr. LaFaro, because what came up for me was, do you know how in the legal field, like when children come into the legal system, they kind of get their own attorney, even though each of their parents may have their own attorney, or their parents might have an attorney, and they get a guardian ad litem, right?
Yep.
That's the kids. because your advocacy could definitely create a chapter of doctors that come in as the advocate for the patient that is not affiliated with the hospital, right? Almost like that guardian ad litem. Like you can just start with the hospital that you have been at, right? Where it starts with just you. Then you can recruit other doctors and just, I mean, this could be a global thing that you start, right? Because they don't really have that. Everybody that comes in to see you when you are in the hospital is affiliated with the hospital. There's nobody that has just you in mind and what you need, right? Unless you are got a lot of money and it just happens to be somebody in your family, right? Or you have a family friend that can give you a second opinion, that type of thing, right? I'm blessed that among my clients and what who I feel like is family to me is Dr. Joffrey, right? He is a ER doctor. He also has an MPH, so he does medical research, right? So I can always go to him. Everybody doesn't have that access though, right? He was the one that convinced me to get the the vaccines for COVID, because I was going to be out here not getting nothing. And he gave me something else to consider, which is that I live in a whole nother country, right? And I can't be over here in this whole other country without access to what I'm used to, possibly can't get home in time, right? Like one of the things that he advocated that I get was was it scabies shot or something? I forgot.
Probably yellow fever or something.
No, I forget what it was. But it's something that when you get, I think it was scabies. Something when you get it is very painful. It can be on your skin. Is that not scabies? Shingles, yes, shingles. He made me get a shingles shot. He was like, listen, go get this shot. I mean, it got to the point that every time I touched down in the US, I was getting no less than 2 or 3 shots, right? Before I came back to Mexico. And it's not that Mexico doesn't have great health care. The whole point is that they're going to have a limited supply, whereas the US is going to have a better supply, right? How do I break through the bureaucracy of another country to get what I need?
Right.
And he just basically, because that shingles shot, let me tell you, I had never heard of shingles. I wasn't finna get it. I already had to get a flu shot and something else. And baby, when he basically said, I'm gonna tell you like this: if you get sick and I have to leave the US to come and take care of you, I'm gonna be pissed. I was like, fuck, let me get a shingle shot, right? I didn't know it was that deep, right? I didn't know what it was. But yeah, people don't have that, it's a doctor in the family, right? And so basically you can create doctors in the family to help them with advocacy. Start with one hospital and start recruiting for other hospitals. So yeah,
I was throwing in like branding names and stuff.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Dr.
What you
Toya
been
over here
drinking this
on
morning?
YouTube listening. Dr. Toya said she's been listening. She forgot to say hello. She said, where is her manners? Good morning, Dr. Toya. So yes, I see that for you. Like it could be a whole thing. Just think about it. It don't have to start out as huge as global, but you can start with, one area right there where you are. But to me, that's how things like CASA, KSASA, what is it? It's CASA, starts in children's hospitals where they come in, it's advocacy for children and abuse and stuff like that. That's how hospitals start latching on to these advocacy groups and they become a part of, what is recommended from those hospitals. So yeah. I could definitely see that. Okay, good. I'm glad I didn't scare you because that was a big one. All right.
You didn't scare me, but like it's a lot, but I see it.
Cool beans. Love it. Love it. And just know you don't have to do it alone. You're not supposed to do different things alone. So Dr. Tachi, which one of today's strategies for category 1 is strategic differentiation where you start to use?
Exclusive partnerships.
Come on.
Come on, shoulders. Exclusive partnerships, which is something that I want to do more of, but kind of already doing because we're partnered up with a podcast network. So that's one thing. And then out of the, I don't remember what you called it. I don't remember if it was community or not, but I have an HBCU focus where I really want this to be a pipeline to media ownership for HBCU students as well. So partnering with companies for paid internships.
Yes, I love that. I love that. Come through, Dr. Tachi. Category 1, y'all. All right, Heather, we don't know if you home yet. You're not on
I'm
camera
home.
yet.
I'm home.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. So which category of one are you going to create for your business out of what we're talking about today, which is strategic differentiation? You saw
So
that
I'm
stall.
already
I was like, what did we talk about? Strategic differentiation.
so I'm already working on an exclusive partnership with a publisher out of LA. So that's already like kind of in the works. But what I really liked about the extra things that you gave was the social entrepreneurship, and I really wanted to do something like that. So how can I do something where folks who can pay so that I can provide for folks who can't?
Okay. So I have this thing that I'm about to put back into play. And I've suggested it to an entrepreneur before, where I let people know that a percentage of them getting a strategy session with me or buying the course from me will then fund a scholarship for someone else to do it for free.
Okay.
Right. So how I do it is I basically have a bucket, and everybody that buys, their percentage goes into that bucket. And when that bucket gets up to the price that I charge, now I can go and find somebody to get a scholarship for. You see what I'm saying? So it's not that, their little 10% gets somebody a strategy session, because I'm not going to mistreat myself either, because my time is still worth what it's worth. But what I do is it goes into a bucket. Right. And then when that bucket fills, now we can choose somebody. So on the other end of that, you can start to have a waiting list of people, right? That can apply for a scholarship, letting them know, like, we don't know when when we'll be picking somebody, but we are accepting names for the scholarship is how it could happen. That's how I have in mind to do it. So maybe you can start there.
Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Cool beans, no problem. And what you can do is niche down exactly who you would help, right? So even though your business is kind of focused on entrepreneurs or experts, right? You can use the scholarship fund to fund people who have a story that, if they told it, could change lives, type of thing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Thank you.
Of course. Love it. Love it. All right. Kimberly Miles, are you available to come off the mic? I see where you said that you took courses to be a part of CASA, C-A-S-A, in Georgia, which is an advocacy program for abused children. But are you available to come off the mic or put into the comments what strategic differentiation category of one can you create for your business? And you haven't unmiked yet, so I'm going, oh, look at you trying to run out so you get, Lord, that dream fund of life, y'all, that dream fund. Look at her, ran out of the office so she could talk to us, y'all. We're grateful. Kim, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to, so the what I do normally is donate a percentage of my sale to local grassroots cancer organizations, but that hasn't been like a big marketing thing for the brand. So I know you said something that we're not already doing, but that is what I'm doing. I want to be able to move forward to make it more prominent in the branding, if that makes sense.
Yes, I mean, there should be a section where you talk about that supporting us helps us to support them. You can use their logo, their or badge or whatever in that section to bring more attention to the section. But yeah, that's definitely category of one. Again, all other things being even, right? And one of 2 foot bombs, okay? One of them gives back to the community. I'm gonna pick the one that gives back to the community, right? It's the same thing with experts. All other things being even, the one with a book, we're gonna pick the one with the book, right? So definitely bring that forward. That helps you to be a category of one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Look, run back to your desk. All right. Before we get to Teray, I'm gonna come back over here on YouTube because Dr. Toya is over here giving us stuff for Dr. LaFera. She said, for Dr. LaFera, her child advocacy and what you are saying, Shay, reminds me of a doula. Their role is to advocate for the patient when the patient is vulnerable. Yes, I love it. So that's another vote for Dr. LaFera's changing the world. So put your cape on, Dr. LaFera. Just make sure that you have a team, because you should not be out here doing it all alone. All right, Teray, What category of one in the collection of strategic differentiation strategies are you going to employ?
A lot of them. I've been brainstorming. I'm going to do unique partnerships. I have a list of partnerships that I already know that I can do. So I already know I'm going to do partnerships with colleges, high schools, museums, amusement parks, employers, vacation destinations, hotels, hospital, Disney, stuff like that.
Love it.
I want a niche market focus. I want to niche to Black high functioning neurodivergent children. I want to do an exclusive distribution. So the people in my membership will have specific access to, all types of things. I have a whole list. I want to do social entrepreneurship. So one of the things I want to incorporate is that my children will do annual fundraisers, but the proceeds will go to local whatever. So we'll donate to, whatever we decide in that year for that annual fundraiser.
Okay.
That will not only help give the kids the skills and the practice of doing entrepreneurship, car washes, whatever, all the aspects, but it'll also donate. People will like that for their children.
Love it.
Local community engagement, volunteer programs. Like all of this is excellent to incorporate with. That's what I'll start with.
I love that. I feel like if we go into yesterday of membership has its privileges, right? What comes to mind for me is I know that a lot of children with autism have social issues, right? But if we can take them to environments that are usually heavily crowded and make them less crowded for them, like possibly some type of movie matinee where, maybe, it's just for a certain number of people on this day a month type of thing, so that they get to experience things that they otherwise wouldn't experience because it's way too many people and it would freak them the fuck out. I think about stuff like that. I think about stuff like, how during COVID, well, I don't know if y'all had it. I know we had it here in Mexico during COVID, which was they had certain times of day. The first part of the morning in the grocery store was for elderly people only to shop, right? Like maybe there are things like that. I know that you're going to teach life skills as a part of, because there's no way, because the way you got Hassan over there independent around him, more independent than people that don't have some of the problems that he has. Yeah, you teaching life skills, but how can they practice the life skills in a setting where it's not an everyday setting that may get in the way of them focusing on doing it their way?
Right. So even in my brainstorming sessions, what I want to do is I want to incorporate that in stages, in life stages. So, stages meaning their age. So that type of thing will be in the early, stage. Whenever I'm talking about this, I'm talking about in their teen years. But what you're talking about, I'm going to incorporate that. It'll be in their earlier years. They can't get to this until they first accomplish that.
I love that.
Once they accomplish that, then they'll be ready for this. If they haven't accomplished that yet, they won't be ready for this yet.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
So I'm saying put it at wherever you think, because I'm not the expert here. You are, so wherever you think.
By the time they get to this part, fundraisers and stuff, they will have already accomplished that. Because movie theaters actually do have autism days, and they change the sound in the movie theater. It's not so high def. They change it for people with autism. So we already know all about that. I know.
So could you partner with like the bus system? So you have a day that you teach. Yeah, because here, right, in Playa del Carmen, there's a girl here that's an expat. And what she does is, I think, one Sunday out of the month, what you can do is take a class from her where y'all meet in one place and she teaches you how to ride the public bus system here. Because, I mean, you can ride it for a couple of pesos and you don't have to worry about the taxi, which is going to be hundreds of pesos, right? And so she teaches that. So actually, you're doing just all of that and getting strategic partnerships to where not only does the platform of service allows you special access, but maybe even have sponsors that come in and sponsor different stuff. So
I have a whole list
of sponsors
and
excited. I am excited.
Yeah.
Dr. LaFera, did you have something you want to add? Because you done came on camera and everything. What you want to add, Dr. LaFera?
Well, I mean, you know, I got my hair combed and stuff, so I feel like I need. I can't
And that
remember.
ever stopped you?
Well, I mean, you on YouTube now.
True. Very true.
But I came on and I like what Teray is talking about. But like when she was talking about partnerships, I see her talking to people like Nike. Not Nike, but you know, the phone companies. And you know, so people can keep up with their kids, so they can help their kids become, you know, independent, and make them feel more comfortable. I'm sure she's, you know, already that's what she's probably doing, but like she, like you said, could be getting paid sponsors to do stuff like that. So yeah, I see stuff like that for her, and she could even host conferences for, you know, parents and other people to do stuff like that. So she gives them like a whole like information overload. So now they need her program because there was just too much, you know, all in one setting, and now they need her support to go through this.
Yes, I love it. We excited about this advocacy, y'all. So Dr. LaFera and Teray, you know, helping other people.
Nah, that's not weave, honey.
We are. We are excited.
In the comments, she's talking about weave.
Oh,
Dr.
that's
Kachi.
funny. Yeah, no, that's not the one. Like, you know, I'll say the video from maybe yesterday was when she did her makeup. That was a wig, but that's Dr. LaFera right now. That's coming out her roots.
I have to be versatile over here. Can't
A
talk
wig.
the same way every day. That's not exciting.
Hilarious. But yes, you know, we get very excited about people who help other people, especially disenfranchised people. We get excited about that. So yes, to Ray and Dr. LaFera. Over here, Dr. Toya over on YouTube is saying that she currently provides scholarships, but that just means I don't take payment. I like your approach and your process. I think I will figure out how to integrate that. Yes, Dr. Toya, because at the end of the day, we can't keep giving our time for free. That's not what United Way does, right? That's not what, you know, the YMCA does. That's not what Red Cross does. They get in donations to take up, you know, and actually be able to pay for that. They don't come out their pocket. We got to do the same stuff with our time and our money. She also said, I focus on women with children who are either trying to figure out how to move forward after divorce, or married women with children who are feeling stuck and unhappy. Yes, come on, advocacy. I love it. I love it. All right, y'all. So far, we have done 3 collections of strategies, okay? All of it around creating a category of one. We've done innovative offers. We've done, look at me scrolling through too fast. Customer-centric excellence. And today we've done strategic differentiation as a collection of strategies. You've got no less than 10 strategies for each one. Does anybody have any questions about those strategies? Does anybody have any value add? We've been value adding all along the way, but we're going all the way back to the top of the week. Anybody have questions or value adds before we get out of here? Nope. Okay, cool. The only announcement I have is that movie club night is tomorrow night. The movie is Air. We will be pulling out business nuggets from this movie tomorrow night. If you want to join us, you just need to be in our free community. It's all free. So shaycannon.info/group. Get in the community. It is for solo and entrepreneurs struggling to get to their first 6 figures in business. We are all about conversations, collaborations, and actually communing as a community so that we all are growing our business. All right. All right, guys, that's it. Studio is closing in 5, 4,